Yes. I know that unfortunately, tourism and other categories were not included in the announcement, but it's a huge step forward, really for everyone, because until 2 weeks ago we had no idea that was going to happen. Finally, in November. So once more, yes, there has been the live announcement, and as always, since it's just by myself here, I wanna know. Please write in the chat, since it's just me looking into the chat now, if my audio is okay, if my video is okay, so at least I can focus on the chat and the announcement without worrying how the thing is going. So I'll be waiting for you, since there is like 30 seconds or so delay. But yeah, so we have the audio okay. Thank you, Brandon, Kewar, everyone. Yes, Borders House. Yes. Great to see also some of our business partners in this live streaming. I'm amazed to see everyone there, Japanese people, everyone. So okay, I'll try to make some clarity first, and then I'll get some questions. But please understand that I may not be able to answer to all of them, because we still kind of have fresh news, and probably we need to study a little bit what was said. But let me share this. So the news, from what I understood, so please also consider that I watched the video just 30 minutes ago, and I'm not native. Of course, I spoke with Japanese people. I spoke with schools as well, so I kind of confirmed a little bit before getting into the live stream. But yeah, we need to first of all we need to wait to let this sink and just get the right information. However, I want to comment on what I kind of understood, and I can safely say. So the information that Nikkei reported at the beginning of this week is basically has been confirmed officially from the chief secretary. So it's a government official announcement. It's not news anymore. It's not a rumor. It's not a newspaper thing. It's actually an official announcement, which is huge, of course. And as you can see here, the Japanese government announced on Friday, today, this is today, just 20 minutes ago, super fresh news. The Japanese government announcement on Friday, the 5th of November, around 4:30, that it will reopen borders for business people and students starting on Monday. The country will lift the entry ban for business people, students, and technical trainees. For business people who are fully vaccinated, the mandatory self-isolation period will be cut to a minimum 3 days. Tourists are outside the scope of the last move. And then there are some other comments in general on the situation. So let me go back here. So it's really good that this has been confirmed. I know you have a lot of questions. I'm going to be checking those, and there are a few things also to. I'm gonna get my notes here. Sorry. Please stay with me a second. Okay. Please wait a second here. So there were a few other things that were said. One is that it seems that for long-term arrivals, which includes, of course, students, and it seems includes also workers. So I know a huge question everyone has been asking: work visa. I don't want to say 100% because I haven't seen it written and I haven't clearly heard, but it seems they intend long-term business. It's a very weird way to say, work visa, but it seems that long-term business is a work visa. But please, before taking this 100%, wait a few days until it's written. But it seems that also work visa should be included. So long-term new arrivals, which is students and work visa, will have to quarantine. It seems that was said 14 days, so not the 10 days that we heard before, which is kind of a shame because, even vaccinated, I don't know. But that's what I heard. So again, we want to verify that, but it seems that those two categories can enter, great news, can enter, but we'll have to quarantine the full amount of time. While short-term business travelers only 3 days, because in their mind I think it's a short-term reason to come. So if they stay 14 days in the quarantine, they won't be able to do what they need to do. So only for them, 3 days is guaranteed. So that's one thing that I wanted to point out. And then there will be, so this announcement was a general announcement to just officially announce that from the 8th, Monday 8th of November, new entry are allowed again. However, there will be another announcement, so it's like Inception. This is an announcement of another announcement. I mean, we've been living this for a year and a half, a year and 7-8 months. So I think we can take it to wait 3 more days. But there will be another announcement, the 8th, where each department, so for example, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Work and Welfare, Labor and Welfare, each department will make its own announcement with the details. And there will also be a call center for questions, clarification. It's not clear at this moment as if an individual can call, or only, for example, schools and workplace can call for asking questions, but there will be a specific place where people or companies or schools can call to get clarification, since there will be a procedure, of course, to follow. And again, there will be another announcement the 8th. So we need to wait a few more days for all the details, but at least it's been announced that long-term students, it seems also work visa, short-term business travelers, technical interns can enter. From this announcement, as is not clear that working holiday visa can enter, unfortunately. I'm not saying 100% no, but it seems not possible. Main reason is because working holiday visa don't have a sponsor yet. So the key part of this process, it will be the welcoming organization. So in case of a worker, it's the company that is calling you to work. In case of a student, it's your school. But working holiday visa, they don't have this place yet. So they may not be able to enter, but I don't want to say 100% since they didn't say no. So we need to wait for this call center to be open, and then we ask the question and we will know for sure. So please, again, wait a little bit for that. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. So congratulations to everyone that you have been waiting for so long. You should be able to come to Japan shortly. However, there will be a procedure and the details will be announced next week. And it may be that they surely don't want to have everyone to enter at the same time, right? So please understand that you may actually be on Japanese soil maybe a month from now. We don't know that. So excitement, yes, finally we have the announcement, but it's not going to be that you are in Japan next week. It will take some time. They want to definitely, have everything done by stages. There will be some conditions. Those were not set today, so we still have to wait for that. But yeah, fantastic news for everyone. Really, I'm so happy for all of you. I know that, again, there are people that were not included. I know that there are proposals to include tourism, couples by the end of the year. So I think a key factor for who wants to come for tourism and couples is that who's coming now, who will come in November, who will come in December, will actually behave. And when I say behave, I mean will respect the quarantine, will also not create any problem, because obviously having people entering first, like students, workers, business travelers, behaving, not creating any problem, will anticipate the time that also couples and later tourists will be able to enter Japan, since they will study how these work with a shorter number of people before even increasing and relaxing the borders. So all of you have a very important responsibility, not just for yourself, but for future students, for future workers, and for couples and tourism. So please think about it when it's time for you to quarantine, when it's time for you to follow whatever rules Japan is gonna assign to us, is gonna give it to us in order to be able to enter. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. And let me also make this a bit bigger here, since it's no point in sharing the same. So I'm going to get some water now and then read your questions. Yeah, the engineer specialist, Kasuni, the engineer specialist in humanities international services, the work visa, is one of the work visa, and it seems that that is included. However, it wasn't clearly said that visa, so I suggest you to wait. Next week for confirmation, but I think long-term workers should be included. Surely students were mentioned. Students were clearly said. Yuga Kusei was going to be okay. Can't wait to Monday for more details. Yes, I'm happy all you guys can reunite. Thank you Pranali for your message. I lost my COE. How much time? Contact your school and your work. Yeah, that's something. It's a different problem. Since you lost your COE, you need to first communicate with your employee or your school, and it may be reissued, but right now it may be taking for sure longer than the normal. So happy, so good to see you. I mean, I'm so happy for everyone. I know it's been terrible, especially the lack of information. But yeah, we did it. I would say, let's say we did it when we are in Japan, but we are kind of getting there. Okay, let's use this word. It sounds a bit more realistic. We are getting really there with the official announcement. I want to see the first one of you on the Japanese soil before saying, okay, you did it. We done it. Mention about vaccines. Vaccines were mentioned in this announcement for short-term business travelers. For reducing quarantine. So it feels that regardless of you're vaccinated or not, you should be able to enter. But as you've seen, it was only a 10 minutes announcement, so not all the details were shared. And that means that we need to wait for the specific announcement for each category coming next week. I know it sounds really like a joke. I've been waiting for the official announcement today, then you tell me to wait, but it's not my fault. It's not how I would work. It's just how it is right now. It means we should wait further for more information about private funded students. Yes, go leaks in. There will be another announcement possibly Monday, so not long wait this time. But it's been confirmed the students can enter Japan. Okay, so that's huge. From tomorrow, they say from Monday, but of course no one technically will enter on Monday unless you have, I don't know how can you enter on Monday, because it's Friday evening now, but they say from Monday students can enter. Thank you, Nikki, also always for your support. Try to Google Nihon July 2021 10. Okay, Frank, thank you very much for using Google Nihon, and I'm sure our team, Google Nihon team, now it's also getting crazy for the announcement. But next week, please understand, it's Friday evening in Japan, so also we are Google Nihon. It's the working day is over, and there is no point in giving you this little news when it was already kind of clear. I think we communicate to our students already about the intention of Japan to open the borders, but next week when we have the details, our staff, if you are a Google Nihon student, will give you all the information needed. So please don't worry if you don't get an email Saturday and Sunday. It will come next week. Let me see here. I was almost homeless. This is a great news. Okay, I hope the announcement came on time. I can't wait to go to Japan today or on Monday. Should we call the embassy for our visa today or on Monday? Please understand that also embassies not necessarily have more news than you have or we have. So if you call them today, probably what they're gonna say is what was announced. So okay, yeah, the border we open, but please wait for further details. So sometimes embassy are so, but this time I don't think they can do much more. So please give them a couple of days to to get the news from the official sources, and maybe after Monday we have the announcement. It seems to come Monday, the more details. Then if something is not clear or something is specific for your country, then we can call the embassy. So that's what I would do. I wouldn't really stress out today. We know that we can enter Japan. That's already what we wanted to know. More details next week, possibly on Monday. Work visa, Mehmet. It seems work visa, so long-term work visa it seems okay. However, it hasn't been clearly said, so we should wait one more week. I'm really sorry to say that. I know that you want to have a clear answer, but I'm more positive than before, because it seems that long-term business is okay, and long-term business is only work visa. They just use a different wording, I think. Every workers, ICAPS, what do you mean with every workers? Every type of visa for working? I think if they include work visa, I think everything will be included. Issue new visa still valid? I don't understand this question. Yeah, it seems that someone's already called the embassy, and they say they call next week. Yes, I think that's 100% understandable, reasonable. Love from Nepal. Thank you, Gserpa. I hope I pronounce your name well. But I know there is a lot of you from all over the world. I think we are 400 now. Great number. Amazing. Please, I just ask you one thing. I never done, I done a live video last time, but I didn't ask last time. If you're watching this live, just give me a like, just subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. So when there are news, I can reach more of you on the right time, and more people also find out about our actions. And I think it's very important. One of the reasons why we got this in November and not next year is for all the support that many of you that have been following me and this channel have done through the last 4 or 5 months. I hope you have noticed that since we started our live events, since we started to be published on newspaper, the momentum really changed. Before, no one was talking about students, no one was talking about people outside, forgotten, not able to enter. And then after we started, of course, at the beginning it was something really small. We really had to start from the first 10 of you, 50 of you that subscribed and followed me. But then, it really got to the point where we got attention of politicians. We got a politician from the parliament, former Minister of Education, so a huge person, coming to talk on our event in August. You can still watch the video. And thanks to that, we could reach more politicians. And of course, huge thank you to the school, especially the 4 or 5 schools that have worked every day together with Gogoni Hon to get to this point. Kai, and Yamamoto-san from Kai. You've seen her many times in my video as well. Ezoe-san from Shinjuku Nihongo Gakko, Okuda-san from Communica, and also Ito-san from Bigu Japan, a real estate agency, that they've been really doing so much, and you probably haven't even seen that because I'm always the one, talking here in English, but they've done a huge amount of work. I would say they've done most of the work. So it's really a common effort from you, first of all, supporting me, and from the schools and from other partners, and we got to this point. It's not the end. That's why I want to ask you once to please like this video and especially subscribe, share this content, because we will need again to do something. I can kind of almost guarantee we want to probably help foreigners to have less reduced quarantine, or we want to help maybe more categories to be able to enter Japan. We want to make sure that the doors don't shut in our face again, based on the experience we had this year in January when the border were open, and then first thing Japan did, it was just closing the borders. And obviously this was not the issue there. Corona will go up and down. We want to make them understand that we will quarantine, we will vaccinate, we will be vaccinated, we will quarantine, we will follow all the measures same as Japanese people will do, so we are not a threat of Japan. Please give us some measures to keep entering Japan. So we will need support from you later on, for sure. That's why I'm saying help me now that the mood is very good. Help me now to share this content. Help me now to subscribe and let more people know about it, because when we want to improve the situation again, then we need to have the support of everyone. Sorry, I went a little bit out the main topic, but I wanted to say that dependent visa, Migma, there should be also long term, I believe. It should be long term, so please check with your embassy from Monday about dependent visa. It wasn't specifically said today, okay? But I hope that you can be included in those border relaxation. Can I quarantine in my own apartment? If you are a new entry, no. If you are a re-entry, yes. So new entry will have to be with the accommodation that will be selected from your hosting organization if you're a business, if you're a worker, and or the school if you are a student. Dependent of students, that's a good question. This I don't know. Dependent of students, I don't know. Then we need to call that's a detailed question that I will take note and I will try to get for you. Actually, I'm gonna start getting. What I'm gonna do, I'm going to take note of some questions that I cannot answer, and work next week to get the answer to as many as possible. So even if you, even if I cannot answer now, at least I can answer to you next week, which I think is quick enough. And I think if some of you has a question and is a good question, maybe many other people have. And again, I wanna just do my best to clarify those doubts, because after 1.5 years, I think you feel you're getting there, you're really getting there, but am I included? Of course, I would like to say yes to everyone, but I'm gonna find the right answer. Where can we quarantine? Hotel or private apartment, okay? So this is not 100% clear yet, but the school, in case you're a student, or the company, in case you're a worker, has to basically manage you. I'm using the word they've chosen during your quarantine time. So it may be the case that they will tell you where to stay. If you have a friend or if you have a private apartment already, if you are a new entry, you're not able to do so. However, if you're a re-entry, like I was when I went, I made a video I uploaded recently, but when I went to Italy and then back to Japan 2 months ago, since I was a re-entry, of course I could quarantine in my apartment. But I was a re-entry. I already got a visa. For new visas, it may not be possible. Japanese embassy in Korea confirmed no info until Monday. So I think yes. Let's make it kind of a statement. It's pointless to call embassy today. We all think, and also a few of you have already tried. But from next week, I think embassy will be very helpful. How expensive quarantine will be? That's a great question. It will depend a lot about what the school and companies will be offering you. It will really vary a lot. If it's 14 days, as it seems, regardless if you're vaccinated or not, even a cheap hotel, it costs about 5,000-6,000 yen a night. So unfortunately, it will be an extra in dollars $700 and up, because of course, if you find a more fancy hotel and things like that. But I think schools will take this in consideration and try to put the price down. But yeah, at least 600-700 extra to spend, which I think is absolutely unfair if you ask me. If short-term business travelers can enter can enter in a 3 days quarantine, people coming from the same countries should also be able to enter staying for 3 days, right? But I think we will also want to be happy of being able to enter now. So let's take the positive part, and hopefully we can get this changed soon. We can reduce the quarantine. That's also why I said, let's all of you, especially who's gonna enter first, do everything you can to behave, to follow the rules, make sure that everything is perfect, because it's not just about you, it's about the future people that will enter Japan. So they say clearly that they will use this to decide if they further relax the borders or not. So even if you enter only once, there are going to be thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people after you entering, and your behavior will be affecting that. And as we know in Japan, 1 case or 2 cases of misbehavior, sometimes really they a bit overreact maybe, but for this they will surely do. It may cause a problem for the next 6 months to everyone else. And you don't want to be the person, because they also name it now. Now they write it, who, for example, doesn't follow the quarantine is published on a website, which is of course a public website. So your name will be there, everyone will see it. So absolutely, you don't wanna mess around. Checking the question again. I will pay for quarantine 45,000 yen. I'm student. Oh, if you already know that, that's good information to share. I guess it depends on the school or the place. There's a possibility that 14 days is just the maximum for Visekai. I don't know about your question about if 14 days is just the maximum for high-risk countries and unvaccinated. I think next week when we have more details, we will know. Does the school will have to arrange our arrivals, transport and quarantine after coming to Japan? Yes. The school, if you're a student, the school will be in charge of it. So please don't worry for now. The school will communicate it to you, Jeremy. We don't know the details. The school doesn't know yet. They will know next week, and they will communicate to students. If you're a Gogonion students, you also will communicate with Gogonion. Oh, they just updated the MOFA page. Nice. Let's see if I can find it. If someone has a link and can send me on Twitter or Discord, that would be even better, because I think while I do the live stream, I don't want to spend too much time doing something else. So if you can find the MOFA page updated, and you can Gunnar, thank you, MOFA has been updated. If you can send to me on Twitter private message or Discord, a private message saying where the link it is, then maybe I found the link. Wait, I found someone has already posted it. Yeah. Let's see if of course it's not in English, but for everyone, I want to see if I can translate this on Google, and then we'll check it together. Usually translation is not too bad. I mean, for now, we can let me see how good or bad is the translation. No, actually, it's not translated at all. Translation. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work here. Let's see. I can. I'm not going to be able to make a live translation of the Minister of Education on the spot. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So let me actually share with you the page here. And then I'm also gonna read it together, okay? But I'll do my best. Okay, so now you can see the page, and I'm also going through. So those are basically the update of November 5th of today. So there will be someone in charge of managing your behavior. That could be, of course, your company, school, and yeah, they will review all your activities, etc. Meet the requirement in the words. Okay, they will start accepting applications. So this is important. It's pretty clear. They will start accepting applications, so not new entries, but application from 10 a.m. Japan time on November 8th. However, there are not the details yet, so it's a bit strange. Yeah. It says here towards the end. And then it says about, let me see this part here. Sorry about that, everyone. Yeah, so it says basically that they will start accepting application from the 10th. I think this is more referred to the actual schools and companies, so they can actually from 10 a.m. on Monday inquiry to get recognized as a this one, which is the person receiving you, so as a receiver, something like that. So they can start, the schools and the companies can start basically registering in here. So it seems that there is a lot of weight given to your sponsor, which is the school or is the company. Okay, and from from Monday morning, they can do so. Okay, then they just say things about, you need to have a negative test. It seems that he mentioned here 10 days. So you can still quarantine only for 10 days, maybe doing a PCR. So after entry here, 10 days after, if you do a PCR, you should be able to enter. But I'm gonna check the comments. Maybe some of you has already a translation somewhere. That would be great. But yeah, so probably pretty much it's what has been said in the article and what sorry, in the announcement and what I said. There is no extra information. Okay, there is no extra information here. There is 3 days for business and so on. Okay, I'll go back to the question. Sorry, I'm just by myself, so I can't really do both. I can check questions and I can't so a lot of people have sent to me the link. Thank you so much for writing. Thank you, Gunnar, Marcus, Lixin, all of you for messaging me. And sorry, I wasn't checking the chat. Do you know if the quarantine will be shortened to 2 days for re-entry? For re-entry, that's a good question. Today they spoke about, so Catherine, good question, since there are many people also already in Japan. Today they spoke only about new entries. It seems that they're planning to reduce quarantine for re-entry, both Japanese and foreigners, regardless of nationality. And it seems that they want to do 3 days, but from when, I don't know. It wasn't this announcement. It wasn't related to this announcement. Bastien, do you have to bring yen to pay for quarantine, or we can pay? I'm pretty sure you can pay by credit card for the quarantine, and you may actually be able to pay the company that is doing the hotel or whatever, or the school. I don't know how it's going to work, but in advance. So I wouldn't worry about having yen for the quarantine. So you know what yen in my bag is carrying me. Yeah. I don't think you will have to do so. Yeah. NHK News said only fully vaccinated will be accepted. This is something I haven't heard. I'm gonna go to NHK News now. Can you, again, if you guys can send the links, we can check. I also gonna check on the MOFA if I can find. Let me go here. Let's check if the MOFA doesn't mention about vaccine, right? Vaccine session. Okay, here. No, actually it does. It does at the beginning. Sorry, I was looking at the bottom for some reason. Okay, I think this is I want to check since it's a very, very important information for all of you, since we want to know if vaccine were mentioned and also if which vaccine may be recognized. Okay, let me call a school. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna check it for you guys. もしもし、ごめんなさいね。バクチン接種必要ですか？言ってないですよね。アナウンスメント。あと外務省のちょっとサイトも更新してるみたいけど、ちょっとなかなかはっきり言ってない。今ちょっと LINE にその 外務省の
ワクチン言ってるのは企業だけだ。
企業
企業の受け入れ責任者の管理のもとで接種者に対して行動計画って言ってる、これはワクチン接種者って新規外国人についてはワクチン接種っていうのは
言ってない。
言ってない。
まあ今までね、とりあえずありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。すみません。ちょっと確認したかった。どうも失礼します。Okay, so that's good. It hasn't been mentioned for new entries. So we don't. I'll go back here. Sorry, we don't have this in the announcement. So I don't know the NHK link. Let me see if in the chat you found more. Quarantine, fully vaccinated. So yeah, I don't know what this NHK news is saying, or if it's maybe an old news. But it seems that hasn't been mentioned today, and I was not aware neither, and the school is not aware. So hopefully this won't be the case. But let's wait again. Let's wait next week for the final information. How about this SSW visa? What is the SSW visa? Sorry, for new entry. And okay, I'll be with you for another 5 minutes. I'm writing down actually questions about the vaccine as well, as I mentioned. So let me recap a bit what was this live streaming. So I commented on the announcement. So we have an official announcement that students, it seems also workers or long-term residents are able to enter Japan, and the application will start next week. There will be a further announcement with the details. So what was said today is that okay, the borders are opening for those categories, but there will be a further announcement next week, possibly the 8th. It's not 100% sure, but it seems that it will be as early as Monday, with each department. So the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Labor, Welfare will specifically talk about their visas. Okay, a new entry will have to stay, if they are long term, they will have to stay 14 days in quarantine. So that's as far as we know. New entry allowed now from next week, ECAPS. And I don't know this PDF. Sorry, I missed something in the chat, but apparently there's a PDF with information. I took note of some of your questions, and I will find out next week. And I will find out next week for you, and I will also make maybe a video or an update on Twitter with the answers. Okay, I will say just a couple of more minutes, 2-3 more minutes. The PDF, thank you. Bottom. It's so difficult to do 2-3 things together. I need to get more used to this. Okay, so I'm gonna reopen the MOFA page, which of course I've closed because I don't know why. And then there is a okay. Let me go here on Twitter. There is a PDF. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much. Oh no, it's more information. Okay, so I wanna study this PDF since it's 6 pages long, and I will get it translated, and I will also try to find out for the info for students and workers. Plus, I think on Monday, as I mentioned before, on Monday next week, we will have each department in Japan giving more details about how the procedure will work. So I think that's gonna be our next step. And in the link in the chat. Okay, I'm writing the link. I think I can write links. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the link for everyone to the page in Japanese as it's just been published, but it's pretty much what was said in the announcement here. And I'm sure now on Twitter, people are translating it already, and everything else is finally over, guys. So I'm gonna look for the exact translation. I don't want to Yeah, there's people already. You know what to say? Yeah, long-term work visa, it seems okay. Also from other people, they are translating the news. That's good to see. And Mondays, yeah, okay. So I think the best thing to do right now to avoid rushing and giving wrong information here, since you know there are a lot of documents coming out, it's to end this live streaming now. I will update on Twitter even during the weekend if there is a full translation or a exact translation of what's written in the PDF, which is pretty long, and then we should all wait for next Monday, hopefully, but sometimes next week, where you have the detailed announcement related to your visa, and that's where you will know what's the procedure and when hopefully you can enter Japan. Again, please don't be expecting that everyone can enter next week, because that's not going to be possible. Of course, there is time for the application of the visa at the embassy, the time you actually get the visa, and also Japan has said that they want to do things in steps. So I expect that not everyone will be able to apply for the visa, for example, at the same time. There will be some kind of criteria. I mentioned this many times before. I still believe so, but hopefully everyone can enter right away. But I still feel it's right for me to say what I'm thinking, and I'm thinking that it may take a little bit of time. Still, it's a huge news. We had the official confirmation just 1 hour ago. We had the official confirmation from the Japanese government that the borders will reopen, and some categories are accepted. I mentioned in this video which one. Some others, for example, tourism and couple, not yet. It's very important that everyone will behave when entering Japan, not just for yourself, but for future entrants, because they will look at what the first people will do if they follow the rules to maybe relax the borders even more. So please, everyone, you have a lot of responsibility, especially the one of you that will enter first. Again, I'm so happy for all of you. Really so happy for all of you. It's like I'm entering Japan, even if I'm in Japan. But we've been together for so long. Education is not tourism. Nyonyuga no Tobira Wirakukai, if you the Japanese name. All the work we've done has been only possible thanks to you, and the fact that the borders are opening is also for the support you gave us during our events. Things are not done yet. We still want to improve the condition of new entries. We still want to improve the condition of the quarantine, reducing it. We want to also help other categories to enter Japan, and also we want to make sure that those borders won't close. So please keep following, please keep supporting, please keep sharing, liking, subscribing. It's very important that our voice is heard, and the more we are, of course, and stronger we are, as always is the case. Thank you very much for watching. I will update my Twitter. I will write on Discord with any translation I find available that is reliable, and also next week, whenever the details come out, I will make another video. Until then, please stay safe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, mata ne!